All right, my lovelies. This is Thomas Wake, Astro Wake. We are going to do an eclipse, kind of helping outage. Hopefully, it's not an outage, but it is kind of an outage. What happens is the moon passes over the sun, taking away the light from the sun and cloaking it from the earth. The moon are emotions. The sun, our heart. So we have our emotions getting in the way and blacking out our heart. Now, this can be good or bad. And to help us navigate through this, I have our chart. So we'll go through the chart. And then I got a new deck of freaking tarot cards by Golden Tarot. That's like Renaissance art painting. I got my trusty Rider-Waite. I got my trusty Oracle. I have a new freaking sapphire. I have incense. We are going to do this. Get comfortable. Get yourself whatever you need to get comfortable, because we're going to go through all 12 signs. We're going to start out with a general one, and then if you just want to skip ahead your sign, which I don't imagine you do, because you have all these signs within you. Look at the beautiful gold. Gold foot. Look at the art of them. Oh my God. So we'll show them off. So now let's start with the chart. Here I have this pretty much tuned to the eclipse, which is going to happen on July 2nd. And it's happening on the fulcrum of Cancer, where our sun and moon are going to come together, a new moon, but at the same time a solar eclipse. And so it's going to affect the fulcrum of, oh, my dogs got riled up, of Cancer. Actually, you can flip this around in Capricorn. Cancer and Capricorn, the Milky Way, the womb of the moon, of new life, of nurturing new life. The new life happens in Leo season. Right now we have Mercury, who jumped into Leo first, and then Mars coming behind him. So this could give, and then currently while I'm doing this, we have the moon in Gemini, and we just had the sun come out of Gemini, and all those planets. We're shifting from Gemini, which is thinking. We did our thinking. Now we're doing our feeling. And now we're going to have this eclipse really chop down with a freaking, a guillotine, to see where you are, to see how this eclipse is going to affect you. If you aren't in your right place, this eclipse can affect you harshly. If you are in a right place, it could still affect you harshly, because it's asking you for more. You might think you're in the right place, but the universe is asking for more out of you. There's a saying that says that Christ came to comfort the afflicted, Cancer, and afflict the comfortable, Capricorn. The tarot card for Capricorn is the devil, the adversary. Sometimes you need to be an adversary in a world that is going the wrong way. Capricorn's a beautiful sign. And so what do we have to do? This is working between the world of home, Cancer, and career, Capricorn. That's where all this energy is, and this drama is being played. Now we have this beneficent sextile Neptune Pisces energy that is also making a trine to our Cancer energy, giving us a way out. The way out of this too much work and my career is crushing me. My boss has got his throat on my neck. At home, my wife, my husband is doing something similar. My kids are killing me. Now we have our kind of help, our angel, the angle, the pleasant angle, That's the hard angle, the hard angel, the tough, dark angel. And we need them to help us to progress. But we have our beneficent angel, which is now a very watery, psychological, spiritual, solitude one, creative music one, needing your time to retreat. It's what that Pisces Neptune beneficent angle angel is giving to us. And we're also going to have a little bit more fire under our butts with Mercury now into Leo, and then Mars is going to come behind it. And that could be a proud, arrogant soldier flailing his sword around, and he winds up cutting himself. The way to answer that is to go back to our Neptunian Piscean high priestess, who is balanced, who is quiet, who is like Isis veiled, who we find in the water nymphs of waterfalls. This is a very serious energy with this Saturn-Pluto conjunction, and it's going to start really kicking in right now. Some of us have felt it before, especially water signs. We feel this shit. Scorpio, from Scorpio, now we feel this ahead of time. And then we feel it, we hold on to it longer. The Cancer with his crab's claws, and then the Scorpio with his claws. And then the Pisces who's tied together with a freaking ribbon. The two fishes. So this is a time when you're sleeping with the fishes. Hopefully not slipping. Don't be slipping. This is a time you can overindulge in drugs, alcohol, sex, choose your gambling, choose your opioids, choose your thing. This is also a time it could land you in jail, in a hospital, forcing you to take the time by yourself to retrospect, introspect. We have 80% of the freaking, 90% of the freaking heavens in reverse and retrograde right now, helping us to recollect, because from this very conjunction of the moon and the sun on this lunar node, this is a karmic destiny thing, and it flips us into a 6-month cycle. Look to where you were 6 months ago from now, 12 months ago, 6 months, 12 months. Hopefully catch a pattern there. You might see something you need to break, address, something you need to work on, build on, something you need to give more attention to, less attention to. Look for the patterns. That's how we work through this matrix. Astrology helps us do it. What a gift. Oh, an attitude of gratefulness, of thankfulness, of appreciating our surroundings, of not always wanting more and can't get no satisfaction. No, the way to beat this is to use your imagination. You could use, it's called being a magician. It's funny how that card came up earlier, and I haven't even started. Oh, I think this was for another video. Anyways, it's using, you could be in a castle, but if you don't have your emotions right, Cancer, then you're not going to have your castle right, Capricorn. Things start in the dark. The dark is the water before the earth, before they come into the earth. So you want to get your dark right, your emotional realm right, so what comes into earth is coming from your true, authentic Leo, Mars, Mercury place. So now we have Mars and Mercury together, our heart and our mind. We get them together in the house of the lion. Think of yourself as royalty, because you are. And in balance is when we lift somebody up else to be royalty or a priest or a divinely chosen people, and we don't not only include ourselves in it, but include everybody in it. And this is a time where exclusivity is going to fail. Inclusivity is going to win. And if we don't get aboard on that in this next 6 months, when we have, instead of the sun and the moon and all this on the north node of Cancer, where we need to be more maternal, we need to be more nurturing, we need to be more looking into our own emotional realm and subconscious and do that emotional work and make sure we're not getting overwhelmed with emotions while still using our emotions our imagination, our magic, to create with our imagination, and whatever happens there winds up happening here in Capricorn in our career in 6 months. And in this 6 month span, as we go into November, December, January Capricorn season, we happen to have Saturn, the ruler of Capricorn, conjuncting Pluto, who, a Plutonian bomb. Pluto from the very recesses of the darkest depths of the earth, the smallest little molecule who could do the biggest freaking damage. So, if your freaking castle isn't built right because we didn't do the right work now, then Pluto is going to plutonize, I think, blow it up. And it's going to be a deep, dark one. So now we do the deep, dark one here, now. And we bring light to that, which is attention to that now. And love and forgiveness and mercy to it now. To ourselves and to our relationships with others. To our home and how we are at work. We don't have this Gemini of split personality. We went through the pillars. We enter into the womb of Cancer. And then so we get through this kind of trial and test. Get through those scales with a light heart of thankfulness and gratitude, so that we move into Leo as that newborn child on the back of a freaking Pegasus horse. And Venus is going to push into Cancer to bring more of that beautiful energy there. That's 11 minutes. So I already went over my 10 minutes. We're just going to keep this going. Make it happen. I hope that, I mean, these are very general. So what you're going to want to do for an Aries ascendant or an Aries sun, or perhaps even an Aries moon or an Aries stellium, if you vibe with Aries the most out of all the other signs, then that's going to very much be like, okay, your home, your work. Pisces, your spiritual solitude, dark night of the soul moments. Now, if you happen to be another sign, Taurus, that's going to put the houses in a different place. So it's going to have that overarching theme because that's the world clock that we're on. But then on a more finely tuned clock to your personality, it'll be a little bit different. Perhaps if I feel so inspired, we'll go through more of them. And I'm sure you could do this on your own. For example, I happen to be a Capricorn ascendant. So Capricorn is where Aries would be. So Capricorn is all about me and my own personal self. The first house, the I am of Aries, to my Libra side house, 7th house, which is relationships. So I'm dealing with who I am as a person, my ego, and then how I relate to other people. That's the fulcrum of the scales that I'm working on. Perhaps you're working on the Leo Aquarius fulcrum. Perhaps you're working on the Pisces Virgo one. The Taurus Scorpio one. And that's all the ones. Ooh, okay. We have our incense burning. Let's use our magic to just offer up a hymn of thankfulness. You should see a beautiful sky. Birds chirping, cicadas, crickets. Crickets used to be held in golden cages and like given as like wealthy gifts because the sound that they give off when you hone in and meditate along with it, it freaking brings you through the dimensions. Okay, we're gonna do second part. Will be the tarot, and I imagine you tune in.